If you do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and you're trying to get stronger and faster, you need to do these moves. A lot of people in the gym doing a lot of different exercises and it's just not working for them. I have honed it down to the 5 key movements that are gonna get you there. Number 1 is the kettlebell swing. What we're looking at here, guys, is we are hinging at the hip. So this move really emphasizes the hamstrings, the glutes, and the lower back. A lot of people will do the swing in different ways, but I want you to do it in this way. Keeping these bent, leaning through, and keeping hands close to the hips. At the top of the movement, I want you to have your body fully extended, knees locked, glutes squeezed, and then arms straight out in front. Number 2, guys, is the Turkish get-up. Now, you can do this not just with a kettlebell. You can do this with a dumbbell, you can do it with a barbell, you can do it with a dead ball, just balancing it in your hand. Now, essentially, this movement is going to improve everything else you do, from shoulder stability, core strength, to hip mobility. Now, look at the way I'm doing it, guys. I am doing a very conventional TGU. There are many different ways in terms of the lunge get up, the squat get up. I want you to do it this specific way because this translates to the technical stand-up, which is a fundamental move in BJJ. I want you to do it slowly, guys. A lot of people rush this move. Do it step by step, make sure you have control, and then in the same way that you come up, I want you to come back down with control. We're not doing this for a lot of reps, guys. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Number 3, guys, is the renegade row. Now, this is a fantastic move for really working your core stability, your pulling strength, and your shoulder stability. Now, a lot of people will do this one incorrectly. You can do it on kettlebells or dumbbells, but the key thing here, guys, is that the hips stay low and we do not rotate at all. This is very demanding. If you're doing this right, you will not be able to do a lot of reps. If you're finding you can do 10 reps each arm, then it's not heavy enough. We really need to push through our supporting arm and pull super hard through our rowing arm. And that hand and our wrist is pulling back on a 45-degree angle towards our hip. If you're pulling up to your shoulder, you're gonna shrug too much. So make sure that when you're stabilizing, pushing through the supporting arm, pulling back through the rowing arm, back towards the hip. Number 4, guys, is actually a toes to bar. Now, this is a very underrated movement, and I know a lot of people out there are trying this in different ways. We want to do this without any momentum. This is fantastic for strengthening your grip and also working your whole anterior core piece. The key here is keeping a degree of scapular retraction. We're keeping tension through our lats, through our biceps, and also just keeping our chest up throughout the entire movement. I want you to keep this under control. Don't swing wildly, don't kip, nothing like that. I want you to bring your legs straight as possible, up, touching the bar, and then controlling on the way down. This is a great move for overall core and upper body strength development. Number 5, last but not least, is the windmill. Now, the windmill can be done with a kettlebell, a dumbbell, or a barbell. Now, this is a great synergist movement for the get-up. It also really tests your lateral stability. So we're really working obliques, we're also working into glute med and hamstring flexibility. If you can get strong doing this movement, you'll be strong in a lot of other places. The thing I want you to focus on, guys, is staying tight in your lat and keeping your arm directly up towards the roof. The other element which needs to be addressed here, guys, is that you're not too wide in your stance. I want you to keep your weight in your back foot as much as possible and keep transferring your hip back as you lean away from the bell or the dumbbell. You're going to keep your shoulder nice and tight, leaning away and keeping your arm directly vertical. If you're doing this correctly, you're going to feel this through your lat, obliques, medial glute, and hamstring in the supporting leg. If you're doing it incorrectly, you'll be putting too much weight in your other foot. So make sure, guys, when you're doing this, keep all your weight with your hip over your heel. So those 5 movements are really going to help increase your strength and also increase your speed for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Now, if you want to find out more about other grapple fitness moves, click on the subscribe button below and check me out at jttenacity.com.